everyone, and welcome to a kind of unique video for this channel. I haven't really done something like this before, and I'm pretty excited, but I wanted to do this top 10 games of 2021 that I'm looking forward to before the year really kind of got into the nitty-gritty of it, because we're just approaching February now, and that's kind of scary, so I thought I would go ahead and share this list while it's still early in the year. I want to start off by saying one of the games I was looking forward to isn't really announced for this year. It actually got pushed back, and that's the Hogwarts Legacy game. I love Harry Potter. That is no secret. I actually have a small Harry Potter tattoo, fun fact. I am that person. And yeah, the game got pushed back, which is fine because I'd rather them work on it and make it a game truly worthy of being played. So that's just kind of an honorable mention on the list. The next game we have is also not announced for this year. I promise these are like the only two ones. There's one more. But this one is a new Dragon Age game. For those of you who don't know, I love this series. Maybe more than life itself. That's kind of dramatic, but also kind of true. I've played the first 3 games so many times, and especially Inquisition, I have modded, I've gone back and played. I have well over like 350 hours in that game. Like, I just fell in love with all the characters. I've romanced pretty much all of them repeatedly, maybe colon, a lot of colon, let's be real. But I'm really excited to see kind of where the next chapter takes the characters and just the new world that we're getting that's kind of in Dorian's realm, and it's not just like in the why can't I remember any of the names and stuff? But I'll just show the behind the scenes footage and stuff while I'm talking over, and you guys can kind of see for yourself. I'm just really excited to play this game and just explore and see the new parts of the world that we haven't seen yet. The next one on the list is a little bit interesting, and that is the Zelda Anniversary Collection. It's not really announced yet, but I'm hoping Nintendo will do what they did for Mario, and they released sort of the all-star pack. So they had Sunshine, Galaxy, and Mario 64, and there's rumors that they're going to do the same for Zelda this year and add Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and maybe Ocarina of Time, which I think they need to do, because Wind Waker is what got me into YouTube, what got me into video games. And I just think it would be wonderful to have that nostalgia back, and especially for people who just played Breath of the Wild, to go back and kind of see the foundation that Zelda was built upon, where it's just that linear adventure, but it's just got so much heart to it. And I think that would just be kind of a really cool way to get people to see what Zelda was and where we got now. Next one is a little different. For those of you who don't know, I am actually obsessed with the Legos. I spend way too much money on them, such as like the Harry Potter castle, which I got for Christmas, as well as the Disney castle that I also got for Christmas, and those were like the only 2 things I asked for. I was like, I just want Legos, I promise. I've also gone through and played a bunch of the Lego games, and they just have so much like character to them, and they're so funny in a way that's not overdone. And I just really appreciate them, but they're releasing the Star Wars collection, and I'm not like the biggest Star Wars fan on this planet. I've watched a lot of the movies, and then I've seen all of Mandalorian and everything, and I really want to go to like Galaxy's Edge and Disney World. That being said, I'm mainly getting this game because Lego games have never failed me. They're really good. And I'm excited just to have this sort of comedy back in this game, so that is why it's on my list. The next one was kind of the first PlayStation game I think I ever got, because PlayStation 4 was the first PlayStation console I got, and that was Horizon, and I'm excited to see sort of the sequel to this game. It kind of blew me away with its like stunning visuals, and just I really grew to care about Aloy and her adventures, and also just the people that you meet, and just kind of learning the different strategies to take over these mechanical creatures and just explore the world in ways that I don't think has really been done before. So when they announced the sequel to this game, I was actually really relieved, because I was hoping it wasn't going to be just like a one-off game that they were like, yeah, this was good, but now let's move on. So I'm glad we're kind of diving more into the world, and we can kind of see more of like the post-apocalyptic vibe that this game gives off, and I'm hoping with the PlayStation 5 that it can really up the graphics that were already just impressive and just make this into something that's just huge and memorable. So that's why that is on my list for sure. The next set of games is for sure announced this year, which I'm excited about, and kind of ties in with Dragon Age. This is Dragon Age's sister, which is Mass Effect, and it's kind of like Dragon Age but in space. Now, that being said, I played a little bit of the first Mass Effect, and then I just like got busy with life or something happened, and I just didn't continue it. But I've always wanted to, but every time I go back and play it, the graphics aren't really good, considering what we have in today's age, but I was gonna kind of muddle through it and everything, and then my game just wouldn't work. So I'm really excited that they announced that they're creating sort of a Legendary Edition, which I think is the first 3 games, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think it'll just be wonderful to dive into sort of this remastered version of Mass Effect. And I really want to do that with you guys, like streaming it or something, and really just see the adventure for the first time and actually be able to get into the game the way that like I kind of got into Dragon Age, just from the start, instead of just playing at one of the newer ones. So that's why this one's on my list. I'm very, very excited for this, and yeah, I can't wait. Far Cry 6 is a little bit of a darker game than you would expect for me to play. That being said, I love the Far Cry series. I got into it with Primal, which was also one of the first PlayStation games that I've ever played, and ever since then the series has just kind of had a weird spot in my heart. I played Far Cry 5 maybe 3 times all the way through, and I just found like the cultist sort of vibe to be like weirdly exciting to play through and to get to know the characters, and it just, I don't know, I really love the Far Cry games, and for somebody who loves completing things and just collecting all the stuff, Far Cry makes that really easy to do in a way that's like fun and exciting each time and doesn't feel overly repetitive. But it's also a game that like doesn't require your full focus all the time, which can be really exhausting, because games kind of like Witcher 3 and stuff, I have to be on my toes. Whereas this game, I can kind of sit back and chill. For those of you who don't know, Persona 5 and pretty much a lot of the Persona games have a special place in my heart. So when Persona 5 Scramble was announced, I got thrilled. I played through the original Persona 5 and then the Royal Edition as well. Anna is the best girl, also Makoto is also best girl. They're all best girls. Anyway, when this got announced, I was so excited just to like dive back into that world a little bit more. And it just like, I feel like Persona is such a unique graphical game that it's just really pleasing to play, and it's very hard to get bored of, because you do have to grind a little bit in these games, but it's not to the point where it feels like a chore. It's just new and exciting and fun, and I was never bored, but I was also like really stressed out about the time management aspect of this game until I got a little bit further in, and then I was like, oh, I did all the things that I really wanted to do early on. So that's why I just kind of got excited to see the characters come back for a little bit. Even if this is like a little bit shorter of a game, I can't wait to dive back in. Now we are getting into the farming aspect of this list with the last 3 games. And the first one on the list is the new Story of Seasons. I am very, very excited. I have played the past 2 or 3, yeah, because I guess Friends of Mineral Town remake does count as one. But yeah, I've played all of them. I really love them. I love the characters. Now this one scares me a little bit graphically, because there's no character portraits or anything, and I feel like that was a huge selling point and one of the things I loved about the previous few. I don't know, yeah, Mineral Town had them too, so I don't know, I'm curious about this one, but I definitely have it pre-ordered. I'm excited to play. I think just as far as like the normal gameplay graphics go, is really adorable. And I'm excited to see what they add, both animal-wise and ways to like automate your farm, and especially just like all the stuff that you can use to design on your farm has always been like a huge selling point for me. So I'm kind of excited but nervous to dive into this one. Let's put it that way. It is no secret that I absolutely fell in love with My Time at Portia. I played it on this channel for just a little bit, and then I played it on my own a lot. Like, too much time was spent, like, staying up till 2 a.m. when I had to work at 7:30 in the morning, being like, well, I just want to finish this one quest, and then that quest turned into, like, 3. So, that being said, My Time at Sandrock is actually in development right now, and they have a Kickstarter, which I will try and remember to link down below. But basically, if you invested enough money and stuff, they'll add more things to the game, but they've already added so much of this game that Portia didn't have. But since Portia was just, like, it found a way into my heart, I'm really excited to see what My Time at Sandrock has, and to see if it has any, like, connections or Easter eggs to the original one. And I'm just really, really excited that this company is diving into another My Time game, because the first one, like, oh, I just can't hype it up enough. It is just a perfect farming sim. And there's the fact that you can control the time. So you can slow it down, which I did because it was too fast for me at the start. And then you can just take your time and really just enjoy it the way that you want to play. And I think that's really rare for farming sim games. So that's why this one's like up there on my list. I can't wait. And the last game on this list is, of course, Rune Factory 5. Rune Factory 4 stole my heart, and it is probably my favorite series of all time. Dragon Age might be a contender for that spot, but Rune Factory has just always just captured my heart and just stole it. I played Tides of Destiny, of Rune Factory Frontier, I believe that was. Yeah, so I played those games too, and it just... the heart that these games have and just the way they dive into the characters, and they say something unique every single day. It's not just like that repeating dialogue. They really put, like, the developers put their love and soul into these games, and I am very, very excited to have another 3D one, because last one we had was on 3DS and then got ported to the Switch, which was amazing, and I played the hell out of it again on the Switch. But this one is just like a whole new adventure, new characters, new world. And I'm always excited to see what the developers of Rune Factory do next, because it feels like a unique experience every single time. Like, no two Rune Factory games are the same, but there's Easter eggs to previous ones in each of the new ones, and it just, I mean, you guys can see for yourself, it's just really adorable. I'm very, very excited. Anyway, guys, that was my top 10 games of 2021 that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm glad to be able to share this with you guys. But let me know down below what games you're excited for, or if I missed something that you're like, Jesse, you should definitely play this. Please let me know, because I am always looking out for new games, especially to stream or just like record for you guys. So let me know down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang, and I will talk to you guys in tomorrow's video. So until then, bye!